they didn't really get a lot going on that T side at all. And when you get into the territory where you're not winning enough rounds in that first half, and unless you're able to win the pistol, convert it, and then sort of build off of that,
yeah,
you pretty much are done.
FaZe had some good things where, like, the rounds, they seemed to be putting them in good positions. It's just like the finishing moves didn't seem to pan out for FaZe. So yeah, going over to Ancient now, it's going to have to change quite obviously. A little bit, you know, at times of a head scratcher. This is ENCE's map pick. They've stolen away FaZe's. And this is obviously the map we get a little bit of a rematch from Dallas, the marathon match that they embarked upon, a 31-28 victory for ENCE back in CSGO.
All right, let's do it again, shall we? Let's go. Semi-final second map. ENCE have a chance to head to that grand final and play against Mouse if they win this one. And Broki's kicked off the pistol with the dual Berettas on Vladen.
Yeah, that's deep as well. That's very, very deep. And Broki's going to get aggressive again with a bit of a flashbang, but pretty content with the fact that he's managed to give them a 5-on-4. And that's the utility spent from FaZe to get that opening kill.
4 players played towards the B-bomb side right now for FaZe. And Broki, well, he turns out to be the only player that's needed. Runs down into the bottom of the B ramp, and Madden is caught by those dual Berettas, and Snappy is kind of cut off from the rest of his team, and he's the bomb carrier, so he needs to get out of there.
Yeah, Madden's going to be really frustrated he fell off the box in that situation because there was nothing for him to do after the fact. So Nerds has snuck into the A-bomb site. There's time for them to wrap all the way around. ropz is a little bit of a snake in the grass over towards Donut, but if Sunpius can keep producing, that's going to make this defense a little bit nervous.
I think that Rain got away with a slap on the wrist is definitely enough to put them on high alert about giving up kills here. And karrigan, oh, he turns the wrong way. Nerds needed to get that pick, but he only does damage, and he knows the karrigan's in the corner. You can see that on the shadow, but it's all about getting the kill. And Sunpius has continued to kill elsewhere. Twist is gone, and that's the bomb plant down. This is now looking doable for ENCE.
Oh, but yeah, the bomb is planted. Snappy can hold him at back. Low HP on 2 players.
Snappy wraps around through Temple, and he's better hope that his prayers are answered because he's got a chance with him looking the wrong way. They tap the defuse, they don't stick it, and this gives extra time for Snappy to get closer to this. Now they've seen him, but it's the kill, and it's the bomb planted for him. Rain lands a blistering headshot, putting it all on Sunpius. No one on the defuse. Rain gets the blind side. Sunpius can't get it. If ropz just covers him off, that defuse is through, and ropz will certainly cover him off. Headshot lands right between the eyes, and FaZe will win the pistol.
I can't believe FaZe won this. I'm not going to say that felt like a near impossible round for FaZe to win, but ENCE was in such good position. Snappy even getting that first kill. Look at the way this is brought back. This is the open up. 3 versus 5 recovery. Sunpius does God's work on his own on the other side of the map. The fact that Nerds doesn't get either of these kills, the fact that Snappy doesn't get into cover to protect himself from Rain, and just a bunch of beautiful one-taps with these USPs.
Yeah, really nice shots from both sides across the board, but
you're going to feel if you're ENCE, like 3 players had missed opportunities to seal that round.
Definitely so. They've got a chance, and we see ENCE, they win these 4 spies, they can do it. They've got the Galils out, they got the Tech-9s and Deagles around it. We've seen FaZe lose to this just on Nuke. karrigan needs to be careful. Picking out information with the shoulder. Madden nearly takes him out, but the smoke deployed to hold him back.
karrigan better be aware as well, especially with the good game that Madden had on Nuke. I think he's going to test himself early on this B ramp. We saw him in the quarterfinals, just more than willing to march up ramp, get over towards that beehive position, as we're calling it. That little gap on the right side, and just finding duels, looking for the headshot duels, looking for the 1v1s inside the bomb site. And karrigan is likely going to have to contend with that in this half.
Here comes karrigan. Good peek, and Madden's caught. So that's the first test. Well, karrigan's passed it. Madden's gone, and it looks like it's going to be active from FaZe. They're not going to be sitting back. They're going into the fights, and karrigan gets a second kill out of it. I think Rain will just take the fact that they've got a few and just drop further back into the side. He can now double up with his teammate inside of the B-bomb side.
Yeah, they've spotted the bomb as well. No utility really for FaZe to block off this choke point. Not a whole lot for ENCE to pull off this execute, and here we go. 2 players to defend. Yeah,
Rain is the first. He's the primary obstacle to try and get around or over or through from ENCE, and they have chosen to go through him. Nerds gets one, Sunpius on the second. There is nothing they can do about that hold, and that's FaZe now on the other side of the map, trying to drift their way back in on this rotate. But it's hard to see a world in which you win this if no kits, no utility.
You'll investigate it at least for that first engagement, and if it goes in your favor, you can pick up the pace and really attempt it, but you need that kill quick.
And Twist is searching for it, ENCE giving nothing. No peeks, no fights, and that time is ticking on. Sunpius still stands at default, and I think they realize now, damn, we didn't get a chance, we didn't get the shot. And FaZe have lost twice now to that T4 spy that ENCE have thrown at them.
And just ENCE with minimal utility. Molotov in a smoke and walking into the fights inside the bomb site, and neither defender can handle it. A good response in round 2. Ties things up early. And FaZe is going to buy right back into this to contend for economic control early in the game.
The Nova. The Nova makes an appearance here in the semifinals in the hands of ropz. But FaZe going for the aggressive approach to this purchase. Nades land upon twists and they do just above half damage. And ropz, well, he's going to be sitting in A main. He won't go beyond this corner, of course. He'll just stand, but he has to get good timing.
Yeah, he shouldn't move. He's found like a little L that he can maneuver that gives him some good close range fights. This could catch ENCE off guard. The question becomes, with that Nova, can you get the first shot clean, the first kill clean, so that you can try and transfer to a second player? Oh, and he does. A little bit of payback from Nuke. Not able to get the second kill. Vladin's got him pinned down, and ropz manages it. That is so costly.
That's so sick from ropz. 2 out of the Nova. Extra money for him. Not only that, but the huge position that they find themselves in now. ENCE down to 2 players. Snappy and Sampaius making their way out into the bomb site. Twist is inside of Donut. Need to rip them off the top of the platform, and this is uncomfortable for ENCE. They're not getting any closer to that bomb site, and when they eventually do, they've got to deal with ropz, and he isn't going to let you anywhere near the site itself. Bomb now down, and Sampaius in the clutch. The 1v4 for the Spaniard. As soon as that smoke starts to fade away, you'll have multiple players inside of Donut ready to attack him. And Sampaius is not favored to even get close to winning this round. He has found ropz though. Is there a second one? Oh, looked like a mouse malfunction. Yeah, another complaint to the ref there. It definitely didn't look too solid on that flick on over. A little bit of a stutter or something, but yeah, unable to get it done.
Looked like a sensor got stuck.
Yeah.
Like the old school ball mouse.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
it's
a
like
cat hair.
I remember buying a super cheap one when I couldn't afford a good one, and I used to, you know, if you flick too hard, it just stops working. But that looks like what happened.
Look, I mean, this round's lost on this exchange from ropz. The double kill, and it's so deep in A main as well that FaZe have time to bring bodies over to make sure that ENCE can't actually secure the bomb site in any way. So back and forth we go for 3 rounds.
So gathering up outside of B, it's another force. It's so crazy. This is what this game can become.
They're coming right at karrigan, and the question is Rain in cave. He's going to start shifting out. Maybe a late timing. karrigan passes the first one. That's the Tech 9. Traded immediately, and Rain's backed all the way off.
Utility being dumped down. Rain swings out. Oh, gets there just before the smoke goes up at his face. And Rain and Twist are shutting this down. No problem for FaZe. No problem for Twist and Rain.
Yeah, that's beautifully done. Rain gets that kill just before the smoke pops, and that allows them to activate up short and retake B before the bomb is planted. And now ENCE do not have the funds to continue fighting. They've got to relinquish the economic control over to FaZe early on Ancient. Should just be mostly unarmored Glocks, and should be a 4th round for FaZe.
And they need a comfortable start. They were begging for this after what happened over on Nuke. To build a strong lead in the second half is a dealt for FaZe clan. And they definitely looked a lot better on the CT side, right? It's more about the problems on the T side of the rows. On Nuke, we'll see if those are fixed as we head into Ancient.
Seeing that mid push that's become so popular in CS2 Ancient, down to the jump up as well. So FaZe pulling out of their back pocket in this round to deny space and activity, but it's going to be fun to watch if they pull that off in gun rounds, how ENCE decide to deal with it. Rain's playing a game of whack-a-mole.
Just waiting for Snappy to eventually pop up. There's a peek. No peek from Snappy yet. Eventually should get that chance, and he nails it.
He wins.
He does win. He's completed whack-a-mole.
Yeah, he gets the stuffed animal.
Couple of tickets, put it in a ticket machine.
Okay, this is awkward and not exactly efficient from FaZe.
A little hungry. A little hungry. But karrigan's able to take 2 and close it. Nonetheless, it is a round for FaZe. And the buy will return into the hands of ENCE.
First round of a really solid buy for both teams. Utility picked up across the board for ENCE. AWP is out in the hands of ropz. We're going to see where he positions that. And a pause, a timeout, a tactical one called for ENCE to talk things over before this begins, late into freeze time.
So we talked about Madden's success in the previous game that they played of Ancient, right? Walking up that B ramp, finding success, there's entries. And there's also the first map performance is really solid.
Yeah.
You have to get a kill. We're waiting for the gun rounds to really get rolling here, but he would be a player that we would look at as one of the playmakers, space takers for ENCE.
Yeah, I think that's just going to be a fun battle to see if he continues to go back to it the way he did. He seemed really, really comfortable in that fight, and I like having your players on the extremities of the map on the T side being willing to try and look for those 1v1 duels when he feels like he has the opportunity. And like, well, why not test it? You're not going up against against karrigan. Go test it. See if he's going to stand up to the task. See if he can actually hold you at bay. This time, no mid-presence from FaZe, nobody pushing down. And here is Madden. This time, the Molotov forces him back. A good amount of damage is done.
Yeah, FaZe know that what they have to expect when they look at the demo yesterday. They look at their performance on Ancient. We've seen that Madden likes to do this, but it doesn't matter. You can keep him at bay, but eventually he will arrive inside of the bomb site. And even though he's low HP, even though he's damaged, he still frags out.
You have the information. There's two over in cave as well. You don't necessarily need to challenge this. Vladden's going to go for it anyways. Rain has to sink back a little bit deeper away from that smoke, and Vladden crosses out towards long.
They realized there was a gap in it, so they re-smoke it as well, just to buy extra seconds and keep those two players trapped inside of cave. And what a swing from Sampaio. Twist can do nothing, and Vladden has brought Rain down through the smoke. So it is just two players for FaZe, and that has got to be the fall away. They're not getting into this one. And once again, it's a quiet performance of ropz because he's just not getting involved. There's been so many scenarios where he's had to start rotating over to this B bomb site and then not getting into it. And that's Madden, even though he took early damage, still just running it.
I want to see that kill from Madden's POV, because he's not ready for that fight. He's hanging around the edge of the smoke, I think, waiting for ENCE to call the execute with flashbangs, and the smoke is actually blown open, and he snaps over to karrigan.
All right, well, let's see it. Let's see what we got from Madden.
It feels like it was like Rain in the Vents-esque.
Yeah, that was quite wild. So here we go. Oh,
peace.
That's so sick from Madden. And Sampaio gets a nice peek out from default twist. Just gets blinded by it.
And remember, they saw Brokey and Cave with the op take a shot, and they had seen Rain earlier kind of firing off some M4 shots down towards the double door. So they felt so comfortable taking long control, knowing that two players were over in Cave, just stuck behind smokes for the entirety of that bomb plant.
Instant red smoke thrown out by Vladden. And this is what Twist loves to do. If he can get into this mid control, he'll sit around these bottom boxes, he'll watch elbow, and he'll look to just try and contain mid control for the CTs for a long period of time. And karrigan, he's taking B-lane control with that smoke at double doors. He's got to feel very comfortable.
You know, I think ENCE is going to be okay with this. This is a lot of utility spent early. That's 4 smokes already used by FaZe to get one player down mid. That was Twist. They've just re-smoked the double doors. So ENCE is just counting these and like, all right, let's everybody chill. Like, we're going to have all the advantages in terms of what nades we use in the late round. So this round is going to be a patient one for the T side. Three players leaning towards the A side of the map for ENCE. Set piece smokes coming in. I think one of them might have missed.
Oh, well, here they go. Executes in. Brokey commits in front of the CT smoke. He gets into default. ropz is forced into the open because of the fire, and he gets out of it. He gets out of it as well. And now karrigan, this is the real play. Into B, he's not ready. And now Rain is waiting. He's waiting inside of the site. It's only a single frag. Nertz and Vladden can still do this together. A 2v3 with the bomb down and the bomb planted for ramp. That's exactly where Nertz is playing from.
If Vladden pushes towards long, there's 2 flashbangs. Oh, he would love to actually have these over on the hands of Nertz to bomb over for him, but now they can have a play, a little bit of a crossfire if Nertz can take attention away.
And Nertz is watching for ropz, who is coming up on the heaven position. He's climbed the ledge, and Nertz is considering that he could have come through spawn. I wonder if ropz detected him. I don't know if he just seen him go through that double door, but perhaps he caught a glimpse. But it's all about this from Vladden. Shadow advantage. Vladden's locked in that first kill on Brokey. Anything else from the Serb? Tap on that defuse. Molotov goes in to try and deny. Vladden is still fragging, and there's nothing ropz can do. The time was limited. The Molotov came in just for extra measure, and ENCE still find the way to the round win.
Yeah, just absolutely knocks them out. A little bit of a fake. Yeah, Vladden.
He's getting there. He's getting there.
Yeah, he's starting to feel comfy, isn't he? And he's sharp. We said he looked much, much better in the quarterfinals and in the group stage. He's continuing that quarterfinals performance with some very, very sharp aim.
He's played very well, and that has forced out the first timeout for FaZe, and that has to be frustrating. You get all the initial kills in the A play, but you got faked out. They're going towards the B bomb site.
The fake worked. It pulled karrigan away from that smoke towards double doors. He was trying to get a jump onto the rotation to keep them boxed in and just taken down. He just realized his mistake a little bit too late.
How long did it work in? Snappy's been dreaming to fake out karrigan on Ancient. Get it right back.
Probably a while. 4-3. Yeah, this is really well done from ropz and ropz on that A defense. Beautiful trading. Vladin finding his way in and setting up ENCE to be that late player coming back from the A fake to help him clutch out the round.
It's not a pretty purchase here for FaZe. They're on the D-goals, they're on to MP9s. Couple of premium rifles, and here's the mid-fight ENCE. He's seen the second player go in. He's going to use the Molotov, and ropz realizes his time is numbered inside of that cubby, so he's going out for the fight, playing aggressively with his teammate off of ledge.
That's sick. That might have been his only play, was to get aggressive, really, when you think about it. So the fact that he calls ropz over and says, let's double team this, let's make sure we get out of this, at least for a one-for-one trade, take down this player in middle. And this is a round where there's diminished things to fight with for FaZe. SMG on Rain, Deagle on karrigan. But a pretty good spot, especially considering karrigan hiding in Temple, ropz hiding in Donut. They're giving the image that A is going to be a clear bomb site, but there are traps set up that ENCE can fall into.
Well, let's see if they spring those traps. karrigan sitting in Temple at the moment. ropz, does he decide to go through the smoke? Does he try and play with it and deny the bomb plant? But both of those players, both of the traps, absolutely destroyed by Pius and Vladin. That's it. There's nothing you can do about it. Those are your two moves.
And Snappy's so confident in the round that he's already on the hunt. He's already going to be going back all the way through double doors to try and catch Rain. But the timing? Okay, Rain's going to stay in lane. So a chance for Snappy to take one more M4 away. Although Rain's ready for it. ropz being hunted by Vladin, and there's the shadow showing. Makes that one easy.
So now it is only Rain left with the only M4. And he might even be caught right at the end here. This could be FaZe exiting this round with nothing. Snappy looks disciplined though. Doesn't look like he's going to be extending it around that corner, so maybe Mercy will be given to Rain to save this M4 into the next. And that'll be 4. We're all tied up on this T side for ENCE. And no money for FaZe, so this almost surely will be the lead being taken by ENCE here.
Yeah, a lot of things for FaZe to figure out right now. Twist is having a really tough time in middle when he's been put there on his own. He's getting constantly naded off the wall as he tries to push down a little bit closer, harassed by utility. Having to dodge nades and dodge flashbangs all at the same time and also be ready for a fight that's coming. And ENCE is changing the different sets of utility they throw out middle, and this time it's just kind of a bull rush with Snappy. One Molotov, one nade, and he gets around the corner for free.
Again, doing what he can. Does get caught by Snappy. So one added to the tally for ENCE. That's going to put them in a better position. Molotov's starting to clear out this B bomb site. Following utility will come through too. Smokes are up, making it a lot more difficult for them. And ropz will signal he is at short, but there's not too much of a fight being presented here. Rain's rifle swings on over. That's the rifle, that's the weapon that needs to get the job done. If there's anything here for the side of FaZe, and there isn't, as Pius gets 2 headshots, lovely pair of them, and that's going to be the lead as anticipated.
Or at least getting away with the M4 is something, if he can manage it. I think they definitely know his position now. That's a beautiful shot. 4 bullets left in the mag. Gonna reload. He's got Snappy and ENCE to contend with. Wants that fight against the headshot angle. Fighting for his life at the moment, and Twist continually looking behind him. Good shot. Dink and cleanup. And with that, he'll give it away. He'll graciously allow ENCE to survive.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is. Twist holds the M4. 5 rounds on the T side. And we set up before this. We said we had to tell the viewers there was a chance this could be a blowout. And we did that, but more so for FaZe winning. Not the other way around here.
Well, I think one of the big issues at the moment is just ENCE is able to get into a bomb site whenever they want. All 5 round wins are bomb explosions. They're getting in and getting the plants. Even the pistol round had a plant as well. So they've been able to crack open and get this bomb down a number of times.
Look at this from Sampayas. Look at the confidence. Supremely confident as he runs up B lane. It's a wild fight to take with the AWP, but he's made it work. But he's so low on health. He is so low, and he's about to be crunched. He's about to be taken out, surely.
Smoke might have saved his life, at least for the moment.
I think it actually
I'll tell you what, though, what's cool about that is Sampayas is able to make that play because of all the different sets of utility ENCE has been throwing in middle. ropz and Twist had like a little bit of a stutter step to dodge the nade damage, which gave an extra second or two over to Nerds to make that aggressive play.
Oh, here's the B play again. Madden attempting to get through that top ramp smoke. This time stopped at the door by Brokey. Snappy tried to follow up with a trade, but didn't get that opportunity. And now with the smoke in his face, is forced to slow right down. But ropz is still here. Vladin tries to make space out elbow, and ropz does not let that happen. So 2v4, looking pretty good now for FaZe, and even better with that headshot. It's just Sampayas left.
Yeah, almost a little bit of a lineup. Surely no plant in this round, but Sampayas can still take weapons away, but didn't expect Brokey to go for the follow-up swing. It's 5-5, all tied up, and that AWP is now in the hands of Brokey for free.
Timeout being taken by ENCE this time. Second used in the half.
I'll see if they change anything significantly. Starting to run low on money. Good adjustment for Sampayas. Nerds probably feels like he should have at least had twists. And this time Madden's play is shut down. So FaZe solve a lot of the problems they've been having throughout this half. At least for the moment. 2 rounds remaining. As this pause comes to a close into round 11.
Most of these rounds have felt really decisive one way or the other. You know, it's either a heavy take of the bomb site by ENCE to get the bomb down and then force FaZe to save, or FaZe are winning these by just winning all the initial fights. Yeah,
we haven't seen any like true clutches or post-plant, you know, maneuvering, have we? It's been very convincing. A lot of that just due to some of the early B-busts that ENCE was able to pull off with the help of Madden.
Yeah, you kind of live or die by the sword with that play style. And speaking of, ropz walks out the donut smoke into the waiting arms of Nerds. So that's an opening kill for ENCE.
Again, just so many different looks to how they're taking mid. They didn't expect Nerds to be that far progressed, and now a follow-up kill onto Rain. karrigan, the trajectory gives away his position, and you just called it. All these rounds are just knockouts with no chance of fighting back, and this one is looking very much the same.
Well, that opening kill was provided by ropz. Second kill was won by Madden.
ropz is being activated, right? There's that flashbang from the A bomb site, and they're expecting the fight to be down towards the back wall of middle where the boxes are, perhaps with a jump up where that flashbang is going to hit. It just doesn't catch Nerds, who's over in the cubby, because again, they've come out slow. They've done utility usage. They've harassed that mid defender a number of times to kind of condition him to not really know what to expect and not feel comfortable. That's a great kill at the end of the round. There's not a lot of money for FaZe. These weapons are sorely needed.
So last round of this half could be even. Could be inseparable at the half of FaZe. They're able to put something together here, but yeah, it's just been really one-sided both ways in these rounds, and surprised it's even. If FaZe didn't win that pistol, you know, maybe we'd be looking at a different story, but even then the force buy from ENCE came in, so.
And the force buy right back from FaZe.
It's been so back and forth.
The economic jockeying earlier didn't really give any clear indication who was going to take this one away. FaZe did win it and was able to get a couple easier rounds off low economy, but ENCE have been kings of the gun rounds for sure.
Madden at the bottom of the ramp. Molotov in his way at the moment, but soon that will fade away, and the obstacle now becomes karrigan instead. Got unlucky in the previous round throwing utility, was able to get punished without really much of a fight coming this way, and Rain's coming back out of cave, so maybe this is going to be enough. karrigan looks down the ramp, but it's not going to be anything. Madden instantly rips his head off, and Vladin follows up. So something we've become very used to over the past 2 days is Madden just bursting through that B-bomb site. It's not a quiet half, but the shots he has hit have been really nice to see.
Yeah, in terms of numbers, sure, but every time they've wanted to call this play a number of times, and he's succeeded more often than not. 4 on 2 in the post plant, and both of them going to be stuck in cave with the smoke still up. Nertz flanking them out.
Oh,
he's
this is it. This is the play,
at least one.
This is the play for Nertz. He'll close here with a double lineup. Twist and ropz hit the deck. 7 rounds for ENCE at the half. They lead by a small margin, but the difference is for FaZe this time, it's not a half that is so one-sided that they can't come back into it.
Madden has 4 kills in this half, and I'm pretty sure 3 of them were entries on the B bomb site, and I'm pretty sure that all 3 of those that he gets that entrance are victories as well.
Yeah, he had one in cave as well, right? So
it's just crazy.
It's wild, yeah.
He loves that fight. He loves it, and ENCE love going to it. And why wouldn't you when you have someone who's this successful at it?
A man that does his job. Nothing more, nothing less.
Blue collar Counter-Strike.
That's right there.
7-5 is the score for ENCE, putting themselves in a good position to complete this upset over FaZe in the semifinals of CAC 2023. Mal's waiting in the grand finals for one of these 2 squads.
Yeah, this is a team that have dominated the headlines of CS2 so far. The return of FaZe's dominance, the return of FaZe winning titles. This is one that looked almost primed for them. But ENCE with a stand-in could stand in their way. This pistol. This could mean a lot. And we've seen how crazy that first half pistol was. It was all over the place. All over the place. We'll see if we get more chaos ensuing like that in round 13. Second half pistol underway. And FaZe leaning towards A heavily. Mid-control taken for ENCE. 4 players committed to it.
I mean, if they just stay in this death ball, right? Like they're going to peek up, see nothing in B lane. The question is, when do they pull the trigger and actually fall back to the A bomb site? It's starting to be right now, but it's a little late. It's a little late. This is going to be a post-plant situation. You wanted to see some post-plant shenanigans and clutches. Well, they're all coming at karrigan to start this out. Vladin slow peeks it. karrigan hasn't landed a shot just yet, and he will get 1 kill before being traded.
Yeah, karrigan, just 1. Snappy's able to step up, and it's Nertz also following through. ropz, Brokey, and Rain in a 3v4, but ropz has got the position for a multi-kill. Has he got the skills for it? He's found himself the first. Is he going to be able to pull this one off? Surprise is looking the wrong way, but ropz lets him know, and then he turns around. ropz still gets it, and we're back into a favorable round for FaZe. Nertz dancing around default, dancing with death at this point. Rain is just toying with him. You can't see him, you can't see him, and Rain has got the headshot.
And even if he gets that kill, he preserves his honor, but the kid's dropped all the way back in A main on Sunpius's body. ENCE almost make that work, but good coverage of the flanks from FaZe when they realized the bomb site was clear, starting to get into position immediately to cover these positions.
This scared me for a second because it looked, ropz was shot a little early, and then the turnaround from Sunpius to face him.
Just Rain just working Nertz around that box.
Playing with his prey. Ooh,
7.
Look at it is. It's the second round force spy.
It's bold. Nertz with an MP9 up in red room behind the smoke. Vladin is pushed in towards A main, leaving 3 players to defend B.
Red smoke up. Nertz has to respect it. He'll play behind it. And FaZe have mid-control off the back of that smoke up to the red room. And now think about Donut, which we'll go have a little bit of a look about.
They're leaving karrigan to make noise, to throw utility in towards cave as well while this movement happens through donuts. They're not letting ENCE have a good idea of where to stack. That's a great shot from Sunpius. Not enough quite yet to make it favorable, but maybe that is. ENCE is going for this no matter what, and that's the bomb dropped in middle. They've got to come back for it.
It can't be. It cannot be another force buy round win for ENCE. They've had far too many of them in this series, and it looks like it's going to happen. I don't think there's anything FaZe can do about it. Nertz with another one, and just Brokey to fall. 4 players stay up, and that second round force buy on the CT side does not often pay off, but for ENCE, it seems to.
That's the round if you're FaZe. You just look down the line and you're like, what just happened?
Guys, how
like,
does this keep happening?
What's everyone doing? What just occurred? How nothing's covered. And that was a very convincing, clean force buy round win for ENCE.
Yeah, when you have such a sick force buy up your sleeve, it's so good to pull out in this kind of game, right? When it's so close, you get into that battle of the economy, you make it a real rough battle. And this is going to see the force buy from FaZe again. Almost identical start to that first half.
What a sequence of fights for Nertz. That's so disgusting. harassing. Twist finds the opening. That's Madden. karrigan's already challenging into the A bomb site as well. Vladden's going to handle that easily.
Yeah, easily is the word to describe that one. Is Vladden steps up again. ENCE are in the better position. ENCE are favored now. They were at the beginning, but even more so now. And the Eagles remaining on 3 FaZe players. You know how deadly they can be, and ENCE realize that too, so they'll respect it. Snappy, oh my goodness, couple of missed shots from Twist. Could have hit one of those. But Snappy will take the warning shots as a thank you and run back in the cave instead. Looks to fight against Rain, and maybe with that MP9 would have been able to do it, but this one is stalling out.
Teagle's harassing pretty nicely though, a little bit of damage, and obviously forcing back any aggression down the B ramp, and then any kind of a move to be in cave and Jaguar late.
One smoke available.
And that's the bomb down, so that'll pull Snappy back likely. He's just checking and clearing mid at the moment. ENCE's defense being very patient. ropz spots a leg, comes back for the fight, and that's easy. And there goes ropz.
Yeah, making these rounds look clean now. You know, the difference is, in this round compared to the first half was, FaZe were able to force buy back. They didn't do it this time.
It's weird. It feels like FaZe is like knocked out, like they're knocked out on their feet at the moment.
It does. It feels like they're completely rattled. They're not the FaZe we're used to seeing or have been used to seeing lately. And, you know, even in the earlier portions of the tournament, you've seen some close maps coming in. You've seen them nearly lose series here and there, but...
Listen, I'm going to give every team a little bit of a pass on day one.
The jet lag. But the thing was, even then, they were able to come back.
Sure.
Like, at this point, they're not showing any of this.
Yeah, they had that
signs.
they had like 4 overtime game against NIP and then a best of 3 against Mouse. They were able to somehow win both of those on just what had to have been just an exhausting grind to start this tournament. Looks like ENCE is going to put an end to it, though.
Yeah, this will be a 10th round. Almost surely locked in just a moment. karrigan, classic karrigan round. Gets around the corner, wide swing.
Is that burst fire? Is that a karrigan burst fire?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but...
I want to see it back. It sounded like a burst fire.
He banged it around the head.
Yeah, he really did. But I don't know where you go from here.
It's like, I made it. No one else did, I suppose.
Yeah. Look, it's about damage now. karrigan even realizes in his head, you're not going to be winning this 1v4 with the bomb in such an impossible position to recover. It's going to be guarded very, very well. But there can be some timing hits that lets him get 1, maybe 2 kills and set up a reset for later on in the half. And that's why he's going this long route just away from the bomb, the most unexpected angle that he could go to find a free kill. I don't think Snappy is checking it from time to time.
I think he's worried about blind spots completely, and Snappy gets in the corner.
What a god.
karrigan comes around the corner with his knife out, and Snappy reads it.
Well, if you're karrigan, you never expect someone to be in that corner just looking towards T-spawn in that kind of a situation with the bomb dropped in middle, but Snappy just a little bit too smart.
That's the kind of round where you just go, why is he there?
Yeah, you're like, all right.
Fair enough.
3 rounds away from the grand final is ENCE.
And they're going to do it in a weird fashion. Like this Ancient, the scoreline was close throughout that first half, but as you mentioned, it does feel a little strange. You know, whoever won the round just won it so easily. And Twists sending the nade outside, doing some damage. That's about it. ENCE have all the mid control they could want. You're going to get that on the CT side. Especially with those instant elbow smokes you can throw from spawn. Just makes your life a lot easier. Really starting to test karrigan's calling chops now. Do FaZe have it in them today? Sometimes it can be a bad day at the office. Happens to everybody. Right now, it hasn't looked like a great day at the office at all for FaZe.
No, but one of the trademarks has been their ability to recover even when they're having what seems like rough games. That's a good shot from Twist. Sunpius can't get anything going.
Yeah, it's a 6 shot from Twist, but you've got to make something work off the back of this now. You can't just get traded out, and that will go a long way. Nice shot from Rain.
All of a sudden, the B bomb site is compromised, so ropz has to rotate over. Vladden is going to be all on his lonesome and donut. Molotov out of position as well. Easy kill onto karrigan, gives away his position. Didn't know Twist was there, and now Madden is called to fight in ropz. Puts him down. Oh, it's merciful. It's quick.
That's a lot more of a FaZe round than we're used to seeing, right? It's just the shots and Twist. The shot from ropz. Rain locking in a headshot.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's what you want to see from them. More of that, and potentially this could be back on again, and they can snatch that control, that momentum out of ENCE's hands. But that's a 6 shot from Twist, even better from Rain. And I want to see the ropz shot. I want to see this one. Bang! Nothing you can do about that, Matt. Unlucky. Sit down.
Well, they need plenty more of that.
Yeah, a lot more of that.
If you can just call the headshot strategy each and every round, it's going to be nice and easy. Utility harassment towards the B lane. Brokey isolated. Oh, Snappy doesn't realize he got there, but Brokey as well. Not fast enough on the trigger. Expecting the peak to come from the hole.
Madden slinks his way down the bottom of the ramp. Some Pious in behind him. His AWP is posted up on those double doors, and if karrigan is to extend, he will die. If the timing works against Pious, though, there's the chance, and karrigan's got it. He'll capitalize, and not only that, but he gets his second kill. karrigan with the double. It's now FaZe ahead in round 18, and they aren't stopping. They're taking that chance, and they're running with it.
Couple miscues. The timing of that smoke that stopped covering Pious to lob his out towards elbow. But also the choice to go aggressive with the op down B ramp in a 5-on-4. Talked about it a number of times. They like to play that disruptive style. This time it's betrayed them. Nerd still has a chance of recovery if this smoke can fade at the right moment.
And it does start to fade, but as it fades, the Molotov comes in, and that forces him in behind another smoke.
And he's prioritizing the weapon. He's prioritizing saving because there's no resources for ENCE. They have no money.
No kits here either.
It'll be this M4 and this AUG to go into the next round, and that's it, depending on the hunt. If FaZe even want to go for it. They likewise hurting a little bit for cash, although ropz and Rain are sitting pretty nice.
Just like that, just in the round where you mentioned they have a trade market coming back. There's Vlad on the kill. They started to show a bit more life. A FaZe that we haven't seen yet today. Sharper.
I think this one was a bit of a gift.
Yeah,
Pious was going real deep with that op and not really considering every angle towards those double doors. karrigan gets a double on that aggression and pulls it right back into their favor. 10-8. And a bit of breathing room. Not super comfortable considering, you know, 2 rifles are still on the board.
There's double kills from karrigan, really well played, and then Rain catches Snappy on the phase of the smoke.
Yeah, I mean, Pious just wants to, or Snappy just wants to throw that smoke so that he can actually peer towards the lane. It just fades at the wrong moment to stop providing him cover.
Utility out. It's time from FaZe to try and prevent that immediate jump up into the B lane from the CT side, and there's no utility to combat this if you're ENCE. So now ropz actually had a bit of freedom out elbow.
Yeah, and that opening should tell you everything. There's no more like fast smoke and elbow as well. There's not that, you know, bigger barrage of nades as well. FaZe should realize it's a bit of a softened up defense at the moment.
And they realize they can walk into the B-bomb side, but it's not going to be that easy. They don't look towards Nerds. He could have got a double. He really could have got a multi-kill out of that, but it is only one. Snappy, fortunately enough, is good on the deagle.
Oh, this is awkward, though. They're a little bit segregated.
Oh,
Snappy gets one more through the smoke. All of a sudden, very dangerous, and ropz is at low HP. karrigan's just going to back off. He wants nothing to do with this fight as he's got no teammate.
The issue is karrigan has the health. ropz is on 4 HP.
Yeah, well, you have no choice now. If you're ropz with 4 health, you have to secure this entire bomb site for karrigan's rotation. You need to get really deep map control to be able to keep space for him to make it into the site.
Even this USP becomes deadly against ropz. And look at ENCE. They've decided to go into middle. This could really work out for ropz. This might be the perfect move for him.
If he goes to backstep the B defense, that'd be the nightmare, but he's coming towards mid.
He's made the right call. This could be an absolute execution from ropz. Sees the other 2 players, and he sees his chance to get out of there. He doesn't want to get involved against the pistols. He's going to run back, and he's going to help his in-game leader.
We've been missing these moments, but ropz has provided the opening for FaZe. Oh, and a smoke on B ramp. That's painful. Painful because Madden can't get involved.
His teammate is so far away from it as well. Pious is up at red. They still think ropz could be around here. They still think ropz could be in the red room, but he's gone. He's long gone. But he's still, even his threat, even the thought that he could be in a position is scaring them off. And ropz is inside of the site, now confirmed with that kill on Madden. And Pious, he might just hold for an exit, but it is going to be the round for FaZe. Recovered. It started to look very, very worrying. Nice little AK steal for Pious, but ropz saves the day this time.
Yeah, dictating the round with 4 health. That's a stunning show from ropz. Good decision-making, good movement, even giving up the fight in middle. Maybe if he gets that first bullet headshot on the first player, but saying, it's so much more important that I stay alive and don't put karrigan in a 2-on-1.
Tactical timeout. Third used for ENCE.
Bet Nerds wish he got that double kill. That AUG spray looked a little gross.
I mean, he should have really got the second player. They weren't looking at him. He had every opportunity to do so.
Yeah, which is like, again, those are like the miscues we've kind of seen from FaZe that makes you feel like, you know, this isn't like peak level FaZe that we kind of wanted to see coming into this. But Molotov into that position to clear it out. But of 4 players on B ramp, none of them looking for the run out of the flames.
Snappy does what he can to make it messy. Gets 2 in the deagle. We'll get to see that again. So this is the first shot from Snappy. Really nice. And then he gets one through the smoke and the low HP of Rain. Really good decision making from ropz. He's just so good at the decision making. Like, he reads this game on such a high level. Better than most.
1 round lead all of a sudden. 3 in a row for FaZe, looking to tie this up.
Oh no, a lot of fire in FaZe's face at the moment, and they don't like that. They're gonna have to pump the brakes. And Brokey, he's creeping up B. Not alone though, he's got Rain with him, so he's got some rifle support on this. If they can break through, if they can get some Pius, if they can find him in the cubby, this would be huge, but they're not checking him. And some Pius peeks out, it's a double kill, and that is broken FaZe open on the B play. And elsewhere, Nerds chimes in too. Just like that, a couple of seconds into the round, and FaZe are down to just 2 players, and this time they have no ropz to save them. He is gone, and it's Brokey in a 1v5. It's
a similar kind of situation to not watching for the Molotov run out in the previous round. Rain clears that cubby left, but doesn't clear it all the way deep. Just a mistaken angle of how deep Sunpius could be, and the round is done.
Yeah, that's rough. That is a rough round, especially if you just save the day in the last round. You barely get through that. You survive. You limp into the next one to just get destroyed immediately. I can't believe that they don't consider some Pius.
Yeah, I mean, they considered it, just not.
Yeah, they didn't fully check it. Yes, you're right. You're right. It did look like Rain was looking towards it.
I was thinking the whole time he was going to clear it the whole way.
Yeah, me too.
And then he just spots it at the end, but it's too late. Good transfer over as well onto karrigan, and that's when Nerds pounces, because they're pulling this off while those mid-smokes are still up, so ropz can't slide out in any way to assist. And FaZe want a word. This is still doable.
They go for win in regulation.
They go for the buy. They had plenty of money for 4 rifles. Mac 10 on karrigan. Good amount of nades. This is still a strong bid for the round for FaZe.
Getting to the end now.
Here's the problem. They don't have a losing bonus built up. They have 1 round, so they'll make $1,900. Without a plant, if they lose this without a plant...
You're looking at a done deal.
Yeah, start lighting the birthday candles for Madden, because he's going to the finals.
Utility deploying towards outside. Bladden's burning, but he stands in the flames. He stands in the fire and gets a kill out of it. He does what he can. But FaZe still have the better on the kills. They found themselves 2, and Twist barely alive on 1. This is Snappy making the risk, taking the risk, and winning the fight versus Rain. Get peeked. Snappy's looking crispy.
What happened to Snappy before this event? Oh, good find from ropz. That could have gone either way. 3 on 2, but Twist, with 1 health, is in a very weird place. There's a minute on the clock, so FaZe is going to slow this one down and hope that ENCE investigating for information wander into a crosshair. They've got ropz in a very advanced position.
Snappy's so uncomfortable right now. He wants to know what's happening. He wants to figure it out. He wants to find a couple of pieces and start to put it together. See the bigger picture.
You can't really. You have to play individual where you are at the moment. And Donut and Cave, these are 2 of the better positions to be in this kind of scenario. You have both bomb sites covered. You have relative safety.
Oh, he's smoked out now, Snappy. He's going to be calling, come and help me, Sunpius, real soon. He's stuck inside a donut. Maybe Snappy could have got the lineup on the plant. He confirms his position inside of the cave. And Brokey doesn't carry. Puts that bomb down, no problem. Now FaZe with a 3v2. And Sunpius so far away. It is going to be the safe call here. Unless Sunpius was to go through middle.
No, he's going to come around, I think, and join up with Snappy. Snappy's going to at least get started, see if he can find a kill. And if he doesn't get one, Sunpius will just continue to save. But if he does, it's just too late in the bomb timer now, isn't it? It's taken a little bit too long to come to fruition, and there's the missed opportunity.
Once you take the route that Sunpius did, it almost feels like you've thrown away the chance to actually go for it. You know, he needed to come out through mid up heaven, and he didn't. He went around the long way, and that's going to cost him that chance. But in the end, FaZe fight forward. They get 10 rounds. And that's the round they needed to win. They survived that nightmare. They get a bomb plant and the round wins. They have lots of cash now on reserve.
And this is just brute force in middle in this round. This is just them coming through the smoke with utility, with an exec, with Molotovs in towards Cubby, and just taking this battle and being willing to trade it. karrigan does find that headshot. Vladin could have potentially gotten two, but inside the Molotov, hard to make a good decision.
That shot from ropz was sick. Just kind of blocked in it. Starts to fade, realizes Madden's there.
And that's the kill that really secured the advantage in the round for FaZe. That's what gave ropz such an advanced position towards CT spawn that was able to cut off anyone rotating back towards B. And that's the kind of the information they went off of to win that round. They were always going to end B with ropz in that position.
FaZe are heavy towards A at the moment. You got ropz inside of A main, 3 outside of elbow. Relatively standard, but that CT smoke's being deployed almost immediately towards A. But FaZe are not sending anybody in with it.
Hasn't been a whole lot of attention or love from FaZe towards this A bomb site, so I mean, it could just be a little bit of like a make you nervous kind of a smoke. Show you something you haven't seen yet, that you don't know how to read. Vladin and Donut, Nerds in middle, Sunpius with the op in temple.
And Vladin's just jiggle peeking. All this sliver angle, trying to see what he can get. Can't garner too much information, but he does get a flash to the face, and the second is even better. Lands right in front of him. Vladin probably panicking for just a moment, but he's still alive once he regains his vision.
Ooh, that's plan A denied by Vladin's smoke. Where does FaZe go from here? karrigan's going to push towards the red room, but they're going to line up for a B hit. ropz will come mid a little bit late. But FaZe is burning a lot of time off this clock, transitioning to the second play.
Well, the A plan is over. It's now for B. Oh, currently holding that B bomb site.
Nerds
snappy.
Nerds misreads it though.
Madden, and here comes karrigan. Nerds does open up that gap, and karrigan's gonna run with it. Snappy looking to defend, and Nerds turns around. He still wins that duel versus karrigan. So the players on ENCE are doing a little more in the fragging department, but that bomb plant is trying to go through, and they do get it down. But again, you have to remember, ENCE have got the player advantage. They've got the extra weaponry, they've got the extra man, and now it's even better. Madden on the kill. This is such an important round, and Rand is making a difference. 2 kills locked in, and ropz, he's alone. Alone in the clutch. And this man is a robot. Robotic a lot of times, but not this time. Sunpius makes him look human and comes back in for a 12th round. It's not only 12, but it's series point and grand final point for ENCE.
And who better to do it for ENCE than Sunpius, as he delivers on stages for this team time and time again. 22 kills on the map so far, and a critical retake for ENCE.
And that could have broken FaZe plan. That might be the round that sends them packing. They still got to buy. They're going to be fighting for overtime. They need these last 2 rounds, otherwise ENCE have got it. ENCE will be in the grand final. No one predicted that, apart from Xerxin. And here's Sunpius out from the back, into the temple instead. karrigan's gone. Is there anything more for the Spaniard? The answer is yes. It's a Tech 9 bullet to the head. And Broki's follow-up. FaZe just throw caution to the wind and run with the A rush.
Yeah, I think Sunpius trying to do a little bit too much there. Now here's the problem. You've given op over to Twist in temple. He can make sure nobody's going to be retaking from this position. Snappy's not going to want to mess with that, so the op changes its angle.
And here's Madden coming back in through CT. Nice shot. Couldn't double up. Couldn't get ropz, who's now considering 2 angles. Worried about CT and Donut. And he's turning left and right and eventually gets that kill towards CT. But it's down to this. It's down to Nerds versus Broki. Nerds looks to drag ENCE forward into a grand final. And he's looking for Broki. He knows exactly where he is. And the op in a close position, running the clock down, running his play down. And Broki hits the no-scope. Nails it, and FaZe's A-rush gets 11.
Yeah, baby, we're getting those clutch rounds down the stretch. Last round it's ENCE, this one it's FaZe in a desperate scenario, fast-paced towards A. And that AWP of Sunpius is the difference maker at the end of the day. He's way too aggressive with it, hands it over to FaZe, gives it over to Twist and Broki. And they're able to stave off elimination one more time.
What a shot for Broki, what a round from Broki. Once he gets that AWP into his hands, it's the no-scope. So many clutches in this area of the map from Broki. So many memorable moments. And that last timeout for ENCE is used up.
Well, look what they have to talk about. Look at the buy they're bringing into this. Overtime is feeling very, very likely. Deja vu back to Dallas. It's Nerds with an M4. But outside of that, it's just pistols. Now, the only X factor here is that ENCE has already won 2 of these force buy rounds in this half alone.
Oh, overtime again. That would be so sick. Ancient between FaZe and ENCE might just become an all-time Counter-Strike classic. We've seen it in CSGO. Now we get the chance to see it in CS2. And all of the fingers point towards FaZe overtime.
And it was FaZe and karrigan who had to call a last round strategy to take it to overtime in that map as well.
That was the big fake, wasn't it? The mind games now. Where are FaZe going to run with this one? Sending two players out elbow, now detected. Smoke was saved up for this exact reason, which is to smoke the top of that B ramp. A lot of damage sustained here for Twist. You don't want to go down in a round like this. Not to the only rifle.
Oh, he's going to have to be made passive now, but look at ropz. He's been such a beast this whole game, and when he gets map control, when he gets space to work with, he knows how to apply the proper leverage to make it hurt.
Nerds is going to go and check it. Nerds is going to go and have a look. And ropz is peeking. Just good timing. ropz has got the angle. He's got the kill. And that's the only rifle gone for ENCE. Now 4 clicks away. 4 clicks away from overtime. And ropz is part of that. Often the player that can make a difference in these big rounds. And here he is again. ropz has got another frag. But it's this crossfire inside of cave. Will Rain crosses T's. And Dotta's eyes will be put up on the cross. Zampias swings out. The CZ upgraded into the AK-47. Zampias is cut down, taken away, and they don't know about Snappy, but how much can the in-game leader really do? There's one on karrigan. Is there any more from Snappy? There is. Just a bit more, but Twist says no. And from Dallas to Shanghai, we're back to overtime on ENCE between FaZe and ENCE. This show is not over in the semifinals.
ropz is just a god. The level of impact he's had in 2 critical rounds for FaZe down the stretch of this map cannot be understated. He wins a round with 4 HP maneuvering around the map. He has great positioning, another with a pickoff towards Madden in middle that allows him to call karrigan in a tough clutch over to the B bomb site. And now he just holds on to mid solo by himself, 3 kills. He has pulled FaZe to overtime.
We get to see these again, these kills coming in. Sure, a couple of them against the pistols. The most important kill is against nerds, right? The one player with the rifle. The one player that could have made a big difference, and he's gone. And the chance of FaZe clan support begin. This is what has made them heroes around the world. One of the favorite teams for fans is because they always find a way. They always find a way to get back into these games.
Well, now we get into overtime. $10,000 start money. It's the Valve rule set. 3 rounds per half.
How rough is that?
Yeah, now the thing to keep in mind is for your CT side with this kind of an economy, with this start money, if you lose the first 2 rounds, you are broke for the final one.
The momentum is now on FaZe's side. They stayed alive long enough for ropz to come and get them. And this is nerds climbing up. Great kill off the top of the boxes. Vladin shoots his own teammate in the head, but it doesn't matter because he gets the kill through it. And Twist has to trade, which is exactly what he does. But it's still not enough for FaZe to feel comfortable.
Yeah, and Madden, he knows he's being aggressive upon karrigan, still can't win it out on either side of the map. That B bomb site in Madden, and there's Snappy with 1 tracks, but it's ropz. Surely, he's been so good in these situations, but a 1v3 in overtime, I don't think he has it in him.
Yeah, he doesn't. Madden will collect another kill. That's a double in this round, and that's good for Madden. He hasn't had the greatest game. He really hasn't had a lot of impact. But those 2 kills coming through, that feels real nice. But that's the first round of overtime going ENCE's way. And you mentioned just before this, if you lose the first 2 rounds of overtime on the CT side, you can lose control of the economy. So they kind of avoided that problem right away.
And that's why we saw so much of the CT side. If you looked at the armor and HP, so many of them didn't buy a helmet. And they know they're going up against AK-47s and want to preserve as much money as possible. They can kind of forget about that one now. Final timeout called by FaZe, their 4th. Chance for both teams to talk in this high-pressure situation.
Having a timeout available in overtime is a luxury they will use.
ENCE has been battling so hard to just
give him the fist bump.
Close this out in 2. They couldn't do it in regulation. FaZe forcing a 3rd map. That would be onto Anubis, which is the map that FaZe 13-0'd ENCE down in Sydney.
ENCE don't want to go back there, I'll tell you that. They don't want to have to finish the series there.
And I think also you add into that, it's a map they haven't yet played in this event with Vladin.
Lots of reasons as to why, if you're ENCE, you want to win this series now. The longer, the deeper this series go, the more chance FaZe has to close it. The more your window to get through to that grand final shuts. FaZe had a couple of quicker rounds to force their way into overtime. As soon as we've got to OT, it's quiet now, it's slow. But it's the mid-take utility coming in, blinding Sampayas, forcing the Alper into Donut. Snappy looks to defend him and buy some time, but karrigan is still chasing, and the Sun God is gone. It's now Vladin at the back of the Donut. He's swinging out, he's lining up, and it's just one. karrigan burns him out, and Nert's still trying to stand at default. He does his best, but it's not enough against ropz. Snappy's turn. Fighting karrigan, switches to the AWP instead, and the flash lands right in both of their faces. In fact, karrigan decides he's going to hide inside of Donut.
And Snappy decides he wants nothing to do with the AWP. He's like, I'm not an Opper, I don't need this weapon whatsoever, but karrigan's holding the bait for the moment, which means Madden has to step up. There's the first. ropz goes down, but karrigan responds, and now this clutch is just way too far gone. Halfway into the timer, and Madden is nowhere near even getting close to tapping it.
Oh, but he's actually got a chance here on ropz, though. There's the kill on ropz. That's free. And now it's up against karrigan, who's so low. And Madden's moving back in. Flash available. Sees karrigan jump to the right side. Time is the limiting factor here. Time is the limiting factor. And I don't think there's enough of it anymore. karrigan plays it out. Madden gets to the defuse.
No way.
Is there enough time for this?
Way.
Is there enough time for this, Madden? He holds it. He gets it. My God, Madden. That is madness. ropz doesn't even read it, doesn't think about it, and Madden comes around the flank. So quiet all game long, but in the moments that matter most, it's the Montenegro monster.
That is stunning. What a big-time clutch from Madden. I thought for sure when he was wrapping around that would take too much time off the clock.
ropz just not looking the right way. That could be the backbreaker. That could be the round that gets ENCE into this grand final. Those are the kind of moments that can win this series. And here we are, FaZe Clan buyback again, of course.
And so many went in the favor of FaZe to get them in towards overtime.
They gotta do it again.
Now it's gone the other direction and it's burying them.
Utility into the B-bomb site. This time it's Snappy at the cubby. This time it's Snappy. Same result as Sampayas. A double from the same position. But ropz this time arrives. And ropz is ridiculous.
Yeah, and he's actually, they've gotten into this so quickly and so efficiently now off this fast-paced rush that there's plenty of time for ropz and ropz to get in whatever position they'd like.
Vladin and Sampayas, have they got enough in it? Yeah, it looks like they're just tentative because of that smoke deep at CT. There's no pathway in at the moment. They're just held back. Don't count any of these ENCE players out of a round after what we just seen from Madden. Even if the time is on its dying embers. Here they go into the play. ropz hits the headshot. Sampayas looking the wrong way. And redemption from ropz as he secures the triple kill and a 13th round for FaZe.
Yeah, it gives them a round to work with into the second half as they switch sides. Now they got to think all the way back to the first half. What exactly ENCE was doing. One of the things that we knew was going to come up, and for as quiet as a game that he's had in stretches, Madden on the T-side's kills are worth their weight. Not a high volume of them, but they secured round wins, they secured bomb sites. That was at the B bomb site, challenging against karrigan around smokes. We'll see what ENCE bring out and decide to change.
A tense moment here in this matchup. It's always rough when there's a pause. But 23 seconds till we're back live into the action.
Aug out for karrigan. I don't think we saw him use that in the first half. Might be changing the way he decides to play. Aug out for ropz as well. There was a lot of success from Madden towards that B ramp and busting into the B bomb site. There was a lot of harassment and different looks being thrown from ENCE towards middle onto twists and ropz in that defense.
Is this an A rush?
And it's an A rush out of the gate, and look at the bomb site. It's wide open except for the Aug that gets in position and lines up a double.
ropz comes in again. Is there any more from him? In the temple, they better pray. ropz does damage on another couple. But his impact has been felt in this round. He's given his team every opportunity to try and close this one out.
Vladin has the bomb. He needs to get this planted as soon as
Nice
he's fouling through smoke. Okay, sure. We'll take that all day long.
And Rain is coming in on the flank. He's going to be re-entering from A main Remember, Twist is still in Donut too. This is uncomfortable for ENCE. They would have liked the bomb plant a lot earlier into this round, but they haven't been able to do it.
I actually think this is designed all of a sudden, although I don't know.
There's the kill, that's the flank.
Yeah,
That's
you
got it.
Yep, there he goes. But ENCE were more than happy to hit the pause button and see what kind of reaction they could get out of FaZe as their utility faded.
No further smokes though. And now you've got so many angles you have to worry about. And Twist hasn't moved. There's no need to. He's just got Donut and 50 seconds left in this round.
You clear left though in this situation, don't you?
You check for karrigan and you rip him apart. And now the side is open at B. There's the pathway. There's the way to it. And Rain is sprinting, desperately trying to get back in time. But ENCE will get there before him. The bomb plant will come through.
Yeah, but they're securing cave. Bomb going down. Rain's going to be over on B ramp. And oh, they hear the footsteps of Twist. They get off the bomb plant. Vladin is so nervous about this plant. And Rain has a chance to close him in.
Look at all the time he's giving them now. Vladin, he better fight and he won't. He's not able to get it done. And Sampayas left in the 1v2. He is sitting waiting, tapping the defuse. And no chance for Sampayas. That's it from Rain. And that's 14. We're all tied up again. And we keep going. This series never gives up. And ropz' impact again at the start of this round.
Yeah, the timing in which he gets there, just the understanding of when they're going to turn that corner, when he needs to be crouched, ready to be aimed in. It's so perfect. And because of the speed and the pace of this rush, they don't have the smokes deployed just yet. ENCE almost finding an escape. Sampayas and Vladin almost finding the correct route over, but Rain shuts him down. 14 all.
Oh, no rounds more tense than this one. 14-14. Who is going to grab map point first? If FaZe are able to close on Ancient, we have a third map. That's how lucky we are. If ENCE pick this up, it's a done deal. They're in the grand final. And Nertz close towards the red room smoke. On the other side of it is ropz, and aggression from Rain punished at the hand of Snappy.
I have to imagine this will be the round that Madden goes for it again.
Oh
ropz gives away his position, but Nertz can't handle the peak.
He can't handle ropz.
And yeah, Madden's like, we killed one at this bomb site. I'm going to step up. They're not all ready for me. An all missed opportunity. Brokey and karrigan have to push forward, but that means the bomb site is lost.
And that means you got to play a retake because you've decided you're not going to compete. You're not going to deny this bomb plant. And they're coming down the B lane. But there's two players watching this. karrigan actually picked up Snappy on that peak somehow. Vladin, an important trade from the stand-in. And now a 3v3. Still time for FaZe to get back in on this one. Still time for them to end ENCE inside of the site. And Twist goes a long way in making that a reality. But Sampayas with another. Trades out position. Now has a power spot, but it's short-lived. Nice shots from Brokey and ropz to come back in again. And it's map point for FaZe.
How do they keep doing it? How do they keep finding the magic? The positioning from ENCE is just so strong. They really don't feel comfortable inside the bomb site, but Sampayas finds a way out with the kill towards short, but never knows where the next fight is going to come from. He thinks it's going to be coming from long, but instead it's cave.
I can't believe that Nertz has challenged ropz rather so many times in this series, and ropz is just beating him out no matter what.
ropz is beating everyone right now.
It's so insane how good he is at this video game. 27 kills for ropz, and it doesn't stop. ENCE go for another overtime, and Madden this time. Good luck getting up that B ramp, domed by Brokey.
Yeah, that was a statement shot from Brokey. He's like, please try it again. I dare you. I double dog dare you.
Yeah, it's not working out this time. And still committed towards B. Good luck though, FaZe are trapping them. FaZe have got them in a cage, and this time Nertz will beat ropz. This time he'll get that kill.
This is looking like map 3. It's looking like Anubis. Twist is gonna add one more. That's Snappy to go down. Just when they're on the verge of breaking FaZe, once again they show they'll snap right back into position.
Nertz coming back up through the double doors. On the other side is karrigan and Rain. And you're absolutely right, Jason. This looks like Anubis written all over this. What a way back in it would be if ENCE are able to recover this and force this to another overtime. Vladin's kill on Twists. Nertz comes on out, but it's karrigan to close. And FaZe and ENCE, this is becoming the El Clasico of Counter-Strike. From Dallas to Shanghai, Ancient delivers again. And this series is not over. We have to go to Anubis.
All credit in the world to FaZe. They've done it one more time. It looked like they were out, but the